All right, Shalom. I want to begin this lesson. Salakia, Baruch Yahweh Shemel Shai. I want to begin this lesson by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rahak Wadash, the honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who have taught us all this truth in the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. I'm Shaquat, and I'm back here with another lesson, Lord willing, is edifying to the hopeful elect. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Baruch Thumb to you, sincere Akyam, walk forth, and a sincere shalom to you brothers out here pushing this truth out on the highways and the byways and through the YouTube lessons, man. Shalom unto you all. Lord willing, this is edifying. All right, so this is just a quick land back from the video I did a couple hours ago concerning the Venezuela situation and all that stuff. I forgot to bring out a point, so I wanted to go on the Twitter app, which is now known as X. And before I go anywhere, and I also had something pulled up on Google. Now, before I go anywhere, I would like to say this video will be under the Fair Use Act, all right, the Fair Use Copyrights Act of 1976. All right, it was the Fair Use Copyrights Act that was established in 1976. All right, through the United States Constitution, where all public information can be used for informational purposes, all right, non-monetary purposes, and an allowance to give my personal opinion and criticism on a certain matter that is put out in the public. All right, so I am well within my rights to use this information. As touching, I will not be gaining any money from making this video. I'm doing this for free. All right, so without further ado, we're gonna go to Twitter, all right, or X, whatever you want to call it. You see this guy, Nat Rothschild. All right, Nat Rothschild. All right, he's a Rothschild. He even looks like one. He's definitely a Rothschild. Niggas, there no mistaking that shit right there. That nigga's definitely a Rothschild. All right. Definitely. Look at that, calling him Lord Rothschild. This guy is definitely a Rothschild. All right. So anyway, let's go to the point. So Nat Rothschild, he posted on Twitter saying, "Well done, Donald J. Trump, Venezuela Libre," which is like the account, like a Twitter account for Venezuela. All right, so basically he's giving Donald Trump his props. Why? Because Donald Trump is fulfilling what the elites, all right, not just the Rothschild family, but the Rockefellers, which stem from the Rothschilds, the DuPonts, the Gettys, Oppenheimers, and various even more families, the elite families. They're doing, Trump just got done doing some bidding for them, all right, which part of what I was talking about in my lesson earlier was how they went into Venezuela. One of the reasons, well, the main reason why they went in there was to implement a regime change, and we went into what that meant. So you could look it up on your own if you don't know what it means, or you could go to my video that I just got done making a few hours ago, and you can see what it means. All right, I'm not going through that again, but so yeah, and why are they implementing a regime change there? Well, before we go to these comments, because they started tearing his ass up in these comments, let's go to Google. And on Google, what I typed in was, does Venezuela have a Rothschild central bank? Basically an elite central bank, right? It says, no, Venezuela does not have a Rothschild central bank. The central bank of Venezuela, Banco Central de Venezuela, BCV, is the country's publicly owned central bank. So they have their own central bank, all right? And it says, well, for now, it says responsible for monetary policy and currency issuance. And if you didn't know, Trump said they run that shit now. They run Venezuela now. Trump said that today. He said, as of now, we run Venezuela. That's what he said. He said the United States is running Venezuela right now until further notice. So whatever Venezuela had going, they don't got going no more. Not like the citizens are too upset about it anyway. They didn't like their president in the first place. They're actually rejoicing over the matter. But anyway, now it says the idea that the Rothschild family owns and controls central banks is a widely debunked conspiracy theory. See, that's the problem. You're not gonna try to say this is a conspiracy theory. It's indeed a conspiracy, but it's not a theory. See, a theory is something that's not factual. It's like an assumption, all right? Like an opinion, an assumption. That's what a theory is. A theory is based off assumptions. All right, there's no fact to back it. You know, it's basically like a hypothesis. All right, a theory is like a hypothesis. They're the same damn thing, right? So it is a conspiracy that the Rothschild family owns central banks, but it's not a conspiracy theory. All right, it's a conspiracy fact. So this is an actual fact. All right. And if you can't see that, you're a fucking bozo. Just look at the history of how the Rothschilds came to be when they started off as Bowers. Look at all that history, you dumbasses. Anyway, it says most central banks, including the U.S. Federal Reserve and Bank of England, are publicly owned and structured to ensure government accountability, not private control. Okay. We're not gonna read the rest of this, but okay. So anyway, they don't have central bank. They don't have a central bank that is basically Rothschild owned. You know, where the elites have control over that situation. So they getting up in there so that they could establish one of what they got going on. All right, and this is to further the agenda, further the NWO. All right, which is the Novus Ordo Seclorum. All right. Now I know I didn't use the abbreviations I used because I don't want to get this clip, but it's on the back of your dollar bill, Novus Ordo Seclorum, which means New World or Order. Okay, so that's what it means. All right. So now you get a better insight on why this situation happened even more, which I basically said this earlier, but I meant to bring this out alongside saying it, but I just forgot. All right, it happens. So and even this guy asked the AI. He said, "Hey Grok, does Venezuela have a Rothschild central bank?" You know, Grok said, "The Central Bank of Venezuela is 100% state-owned by the government, as per official records from Wikipedia and the U.S. Treasury. No credible sources indicate Rothschild family ownership or control, adversary, or advisory roles like debt consulting in 2024 do not equate to ownership," and whatever. Then it says, this person said the puppet master congratulating his puppet. And what did Rothschild say? He replied, and he said, whilst making power chords in his spare time and listening to the Floyd. All right, now he's trying to be funny. He's making a joke out of it, but he's being dead ass. He's being dead ass. There is truth within jokes. All right, now you have some jokes where you just may completely be fucking joking, but it's rare. A majority of jokes have some type of truth in it. All right, all majority of jokes have some type of truth in it. All right, and that's the facts of the matter. That's the fact of the matter. All right, so that dude being dead ass, man. And then this guy said, "Is this man of the you know what ancestry legit from the Bible or the you see it? Just curious." Then Grok came on and said, "Yes, Nat Rothschild has you know what ancestry through his father, Jacob Rothschild, from the you know what Rothschild banking family originating in 18th century Germany. The you know what generally trace heritage to ancient biblical Israelites via European migrant, which is bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Okay, it's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. No, but on a real note, a serious note, that's bullshit. Anyway. Somebody asking to lock up all the Rothschilds. We gonna do it. So let me just read this comment. Dr. Simon Godek. I'm fundamentally against collective punishment, but for the sake of this planet, can't we just lock up all the Rothschilds? See, yes, we can, and we're going to when our big brother returns. Here I got a scripture. Maybe this will bring some ease to you. You better hope you're not eating right. You better hope you're not eating right, nigga. But let's go to Psalm 149. All right. Now, we're gonna start at verse 5. All right, and it's not just gonna happen to the Rothschild elites. It's gonna happen to all the elite families. We're gonna get all of you. All right, the slavery is gonna start with the elites. Then it's gonna go down to the average common Edomite, then the rest of the heathens. All right, that's how we're gonna start gathering you. All right, so yeah, we're gonna get all of them, not just the Rothschilds, but all of you. All right, it says Psalm 149:5. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing along. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen. See, so we're gonna get all of you, and punishments upon the people. Now it's gonna start with the Edomites, right? It's gonna start with the elites of the Edomites. And it says to bind their kings with chains. That's what it's talking about, these elites. And their nobles, meaning your common Edomite and your other heathens, with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints, which are Israelites, starting with the elect. Praise ye Yahweh. All right, there you go. All right, so yeah, we're going to get them. When you go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, and verse... Well, I'll just start at 16. We just jumped down to 16. It says, Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and from out of the holes of the rocks. For mine eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid. Oh, Salakia. No, the point was in that verse, Salakia. It says, and they shall hunt them. All right, so it says for many fishers. Who's the fishers? They're the prophets of the Lord. All right, the men of the Lord, which is us brothers who are doing these videos daily and going out on the highways and the hedges weekly. All right, so we're the fishers. We're fishers of men currently. All right, and it says, but soon the Lord is going to turn us into hunters. All right, and you read Psalm 144, where King David said, the Lord teacheth our hand in wrath. All right, the scriptures also say, I believe in the book of Jeremiah, states that we are the sword of the Lord. We're the Lord's battle axe and weapon of war. All right, we're the Lord's battle axe and weapon of war. All right, various of the scriptures that go into how we're the mighty men. All right, that's us. So it says, when they shall hunt them from every mountain. All right, so you're gonna go hide in the clefts of the rocks and all of that stuff. We're gonna hunt you out of there, your bunkers. Talking about the elites, and from every hill, right? And from out of the holes of the rocks. So we're going to get you, man. There's no escaping. So, yeah, don't worry, man. We're going to get these guys. We're going to... What Canelo say? What Canelo say to, what's that dude? What's that boss name? To Caleb Plant, when he was about to fight somebody who beat Caleb Plant. What'd he say? Don't worry. Don't worry, buddy. I'm going to get him for you. Don't worry. I'm going to get him for you. We're gonna get him. Don't worry. You just need to hope you're not an Edomite. That's what you need to hope and pray for, because you appear to be an Edomite. So, but appearances aren't everything. So you just better hope you're not one. This is what you need to be worried about. All right. More scriptures to go into that. Yeah, Amos chapter 9. And 1, it says, and I saw the Lord standing upon the altar, and he said, smite the lintel of the door, that the posts may shake, and cut them in the head, all of them. This is symbolic, and you're gonna literally have some of this happening. But this is ultimately symbolic, meaning take the Edomites out of rulership, starting with the elites. All right. So when we cut them at the head, that means we starting with the elites. All right. It says all of them, and I will slay the last of them with the sword, and he that fleeth of them shall not flee away, and he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. Though they dig into hell, all right, meaning go underground, you got your underground bunkers and things like that, then shall my hand take them. Who? How's the Lord hand going to take them? He's going to use us. That's why we started in Jeremiah concerning this. Why I started there, then jumped here. All right, the Lord's going to use his men, his servants, his mighty men, the 144. All right. And it says, though they climb up, and that's why I started in Jeremiah, and that's why I also started back in Psalm 149, ultimately. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. So you got those space stations and things like that. Hey, you're not going to hide out forever. It says, and though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, so you're going to hide yourselves in the mountains and things like that. But we're going to get you. I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, so you have underwater, you even have underwater cities, right? It says, thence will I command the serpent, talking about Leviathan, and he shall bite them. All right. And though they go into captivity before their enemies, thence will I command the sword, and it shall slay them, and I will set mine eyes upon them for evil and not good, not for good. All right. And it says, and the Lord power of hosts is he that, and the Lord, and Yahweh power of hosts is he that toucheth the land, and it shall melt. All right, because what's going to happen to America is going to be completely annihilated, as well as Israel. But the difference between the two is that, as pursuant to Isaiah 34, America is never going to be built back up again, but Israel will. That's pursuant to Ezekiel 39. All right. So anyway, it says, in the Lord power of hosts, is here touching some, and all that dwell, and all that dwell therein shall mourn, and it shall rise up, holy like a flood, and shall be drowned as by the flood of Egypt. All right, so anyway, there you go. So I also want to get one more out of Revelation chapter 6, because we're gonna get them. Don't worry, we're gonna get them. We're gonna get them for you. Okay, we're gonna get them for you. All right. Don't worry. All right, we're gonna get them for you. Canelo, hilarious. It says, Revelation 6:13. And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth. Where does it say? It said also in Matthew 24 and other scriptures as well. The star in Isaiah 34, it says this. So the stars of heaven is talking about the nuclear missiles. All right, that's what it's talking about. And it says, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs. All right, I mean, it's going, when it hits, it's going to hit, man, like boom, man. It's going to be bad. It says, when she is shaken of a mighty wind. It says, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together. What is that talking about? It's talking about a nuclear mushroom cloud. Go look up what a nuclear mushroom cloud is, and it fits this description of the heaven departing as a scroll when it is rolled together. All right, it fits the depiction. All right, the description, Salakia. So this that's talking about a nuclear mushroom cloud. And it says, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places, because that's what the nukes are going to cause. It's going to cause various earthquakes, tsunamis, tidal waves, hurricanes, tornadoes, etc. It's going to cause a lot, and this is going to cause a second coming of a departure of. It's going to cause a second Pangea event, right, which was believed to happen during the time of the dinosaurs. Which all that stuff is BS. An asteroid came and broke the Earth, and that's how you got all the lands. No, the Earth was all together at one point in time. That's what it's believed to be. But what caused that breakage and all these different lands to be set up was from the great flood, all right, that the Lord caused and brought upon this place. That great flood during the time of Noah. All right, so you're gonna have a second like event of this. That's why this is considered the second death. So this is the second coming of the Noah event. That's why the scriptures say, as the days of Noah were. All right, it always refers back to the days of Noah, concerning the time of the coming judgment. All right. So, so you're going to have a lot of islands be completely eviscerated, and then you're going to have major land masses being moved around. So the earth is not going to look the same after this judgment. All right. But you're gonna be able to tell what America was, that's for sure. Anyway, it says in the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man hid himself in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. All right. So the kings of the earth, the great men, the rich men, just talking about your super rich elites, your Rothschilds, Rockefeller, etc. It's talking about your Elon Musk and all that shit, your Kill Gates, or your Kill Bates and all that type of stuff, right? And things of that stuff, right? And every bondman, right? And every free man, all right? So it's going to your bondman, because they actually have real servants, slaves. They have slaves. That's going into that. All right, and it's going into the free man, talking about basically those, somewhat you could be considered indentured servants. Those who aren't fully slaves, but, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. Can't really think of how to articulate that, but you get the point. It says, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. So we're going into those bunkers to avoid judgment. But we're going to pull them out. It's read that in Amos 9 and Jeremiah 16. And it says in verse 16, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne. Hide us from who? Yahweh. That's who they talking about. Hide us from Yahweh and from the wrath of the Lamb. Hide us from Yahweh Shai, because they're going to go into hiding when Yahweh Shai returns. All right, so they basically saying hide us from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, when it says see how it said a difference. Well, you see, you Christians, you see how I said hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and then it went on to say and hide us from the wrath of the Lamb. Why didn't it just say the one and just leave out the other, or say it in together? Why is there the distinction there if the Savior and the Father are the same? All right, see, this is showing you the Father is not the Lamb, because the Father was never sacrificed. Can't kill the Most High. Anyway, it says, for the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? All right, so there you go. So that's going to happen. You just better hope you're not an Edomite. All right. But anyway, that was just giving more information on the Venezuela situation. So I'm just going to go ahead and end it off there. Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Machakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who have taught us all this truth in the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And until next time, Ababa Bol, Kwam Yasharallah, Gadol Abadiam, Lababal HaGadol, Yahweh Mahar, Wa Habatham. And until next time, I would like to